Good evening. The 4 Britons detained in Libya for nearly 9 months are now home. Their jet landed at Gatwick about 2 hours ago and they were quickly reunited with their families. The men, Alan Russell, Malcolm Anderson, Robin Plummer and Michael Burdiner, were accompanied on the flight by the Archbishop of Canterbury's special envoy Terry Waite, whose patient negotiating over many months won their release. The 4 men were arrested last May following the siege of the Libyan People's Bureau in London. Their release was postponed several times and the tension remained right up to the end. Their flight from Tripoli was delayed, adding another hour to their families' long wait. Our reporter Michael Cole is at Gatwick Airport.
It was bleak, it was cold, there was a hint of sleet in the wind. But the night air of Sussex clearly felt very good to Colonel Gaddafi's 4 hostages as they stepped down from flight 336 from Tripoli. After 9 months thrown together under house arrest, without trial for alleged crimes that wouldn't amount to misdemeanors elsewhere, the 4 men from vastly different backgrounds all showed their joy in different ways. Behind them, shepherding them, as he had done throughout, the imposing figure of the Archbishop of Canterbury's envoy, Terry Waite. A shout of congratulations, Mr. Waite, brought the one-word reply, thanks. Michael Burdiner seemed euphoric, almost light-headed to be free, but sensibly he refused a photographer's order that he kneel down and kiss the ground. Alan Russell, smoking a cigar, was carrying bags which he assured us contained duty-free scotch. The flight home was the first opportunity since they set foot in Libya that they could take an alcoholic drink without fear of retribution. Then it was off to the VIP suite for a reunion with their families and friends, who'd had their long wait extended by a further 90 minutes by the plane's late departure from Tripoli. The families and the men could hardly credit that the moment they'd waited for so long had come, the moment that so often had been cruelly delayed. Then the press conference, which Mr. Russell was too unwell to attend.
The worst moment were the first few weeks when I had no contact with anybody, any of the other people here, and I didn't know what had happened, and I was completely insecure.
The Libyans themselves have got no axe to grind against the ordinary person working there. I myself just happened to be in the right place at the wrong time.
The most punishing thing of the lot was the total lack of security, the insecurity, the personal feeling, and it was very, very difficult.
I was concerned about their welfare. I was concerned to see that justice was done, and I was concerned to see that justice was done not only for them, but also for Libyans who, by one reason or another, may have faced difficulty in this country.
The men were freed from house arrest on Tuesday and went to stay at a hotel to prepare for their departure. Chris Lowe reports on their final few hours in Libya.
They began their journey home soon after lunch. With the help of Terry Waite, they carried their luggage out of their hotel, Robin Plummer and Malcolm Anderson looking fit and relaxed, Mr. Waite perhaps a little more nervous. They squeezed their suitcases into the boot of a Jaguar car, and then they were on their way. Their last look at Tripoli as they drove along the main road to the airport. Once they'd arrived, they were allowed to jump the queue at the check-in. They were VIPs, and neither the Libyans nor British Caledonian wanted anything to go wrong. But something nearly did. After Robin Plummer and Malcolm Anderson had joined up with a 3rd hostage, Michael Burdiner, it became clear that the 4th, Alan Russell, was missing. Despite his calm words, Mr. Waite could not conceal his anxiety.
I can only imagine that either the car's going to break down or they've been in heavy traffic. Nothing suspicious about it at all. So we hope he turns up.
And happily he did. He'd merely been a victim of the Tripoli traffic. So they were all together again and on their way. At last, the celebrations could begin. The champagne corks popped, they sipped alcohol for the first time for a very long time, and there were huge smiles of relief. At last, they could be absolutely sure that their ordeal was over. Other passengers moved over to congratulate them. Everywhere there were smiles. And then, just before 7:30 this evening, the moment they had been waiting for and Terry Waite had been fighting for. The doors open and the 4 ex-hostages step down onto British soil, into the glare of the television lights and into the arms of their families.